I'm light years, call me eons.
What's up, amigos? It's the Prodigy Maker Minute with yours truly, Chris Lewitt. As you may know, I'm the former #1 for Cornell University, pro circuit player, elite junior development coach, and author and educator, author of The Secrets of Spanish Tennis and the Tennis Technique Bible. On this Prodigy Maker Minute, and on a few more videos coming up, I want to share with you what it's like to hit with an elite junior and how you can sort of gauge whether the kid is an elite junior if you don't know their ranking or level, and how can you feel the talent? And I've fortunately had the unique experience, or sometimes unfortunately if I've lost, but I've had the unique experience of hitting with many phenoms and many of the top juniors in the country, and in the world, and just on my as through lessons and training. So, and I still play, so and I'm still a pretty good player. So I had this, I think I've had a very unique experience where I don't just, feed balls to top juniors. I hit with them. And especially young kids, like I think I've probably hit with more top 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14-year-olds than, I don't want to say any coach out there, but I'm probably up there with whoever, I don't know, the other coaches in the world that hit with top young juniors. I've just happened to be lucky enough to have practiced and trained with and played with a lot of young phenoms, and so that's kind of gives me like a unique experience that I wanted to share a little bit. And one of the things that I've noticed is that when you hit with someone who's like genetically superior, like these kids are freaks. Like they're from great genetic stock. Like their parents maybe were pro athletes or Division 1 athletes, and they see the ball really well. So one thing, for example, is if you hit very powerful shots, they hit it clean. And that's something that you look for, that I look for when I'm hitting with a kid. If I pick up the pace of the ball and I start playing like at a D1 pace, for example, young kids, they could be 10, 11, 12. They don't have a problem with that. Like they see it like super, like they have supervision, and they pick it up clean and they hit the ball clean. Like it's not a problem most of the time. They're still kids, but so that's one thing I noticed, that if you pick up the pace, like it's not a problem. And with less gifted kids, like it's a little overwhelming for them if you hit hard to them. Like it's a little too much, and you can see that their nervous system and their eyes are a little bit overwhelmed by the pace. But you don't really see that generally when you hit with a phenom. Another interesting thing is that when you hit with a prodigy, that even if their UTR is not near yours, like a top 12-year-old, for example, the UTR might be 6 or 7 or 8, depending on if they're a boy or a girl, maybe even a little higher if they're a boy. Um, they're going to play at that UTR level, but sometimes there's going to be moments, like if you practice with one of those kids for like a couple hours, there's going to be times where they have moments where they're going to hit like a pro. They're going to come up with like some sort of like freak shot, or a short 10, 15 minutes of like incredible stuff where they're playing way above their UTR level. And you can just feel it. If you're hitting with them, you can feel it. You're like, holy shit, like this level is unbelievable. But because they're kids and they're young, they may not be able to maintain it. But if you're hitting with the phenom, if you're hitting with a prodigy, and if you're alert and aware of when they get in that zone, and you can feel it, that the kid's special. There's you just by the feel. And so this is not like a coach on the sideline, like feeding balls or watching a kid hit with somebody else. I'm just talking about what your own impression if you're a good player and you hit with a young superstar like that. So they're going to play some moments like way above like what they should be capable of, and that's usually a sign that they're very gifted, along with the sign that they can handle faster and faster paced balls. Because at the end of the day, the pro game is incredibly fast, and they're going to have those great eyes. And I'm just telling you, you just know sometimes that you hit with a kid, they may not be able to maintain the level, but there are moments where they play way above the level that you would expect for their age. And that's one of those glimpses into the future. Like if you read the crystal ball, you read the tea leaves right, like you just know that that kid's going to be amazing someday because of what they're capable of in those very special but brief moments. So that's a little insight into what it's like to hit with the Prodigy. I think I'll share a little more with you guys on another video or two. But if you enjoyed this Prodigy Maker Minute, please check out my big show, the Prodigy Maker Show. It's available on all your favorite podcasting platforms and on this YouTube channel. Thanks, guys. See you on the next program.
I don't take no. Try to keep up. Ready, set, go.
Are you feeling yourself?
Yeah, I'm feeling myself.
Are you feeling yourself?
Yeah, I'm